Gotta look good for the audience.
Look beautiful as much as you can. Yeah, so thank you for joining us once again, guys. Please bear in mind with us, we're actually filming a little bit earlier today. I know I have actually a short week.
Yeah.
I'm trying to cram everything within 3 days, and we have a big office meeting right after this. So just
God, I forgot about that.
Thank
you for reminding me. Whoops.
No, I think we would have walked out and everyone's like, we literally heard you the entire time.
Yeah, that's fine.
But anyway, bear with us. The hair's a little bit astray. The looks maybe a little bit,
Slightly different than usual. He still needs his coffee.
Still need my coffee. I can't even talk right now.
That's okay. I'll just carry the team per usual. But
please.
Welcome back, guys. We are week 10?
10.
This is 10. That's like double digits. Like, you know how when you're younger and like you have a birthday party and everyone goes, well, how old are you turning? You're like, well, now I'm double digits because I'm like older and cool. So we're in the adult world of the podcasting video streams, if you will.
Which is exactly 2.5 months from our first one because we do one a week.
That's how that math works.
That's how math works, bro.
4 plus 4 plus 2. Love it. Well, hey, welcome back, guys. We've got kind of all across the board for you today, I think, especially still coming down from LA. Like, there's usually a bit of a lull with goings on after large events just because there's always ebb and flow. So we get to kind of cover more of a wide variety of stories today. So
100%.
Chris, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, so we'll start off just recapping this past weekend. As Jess mentioned, LA was 2 weekends ago for sevens, but Vancouver was just this past weekend. So just to give you a kind of a glimpse within, we're going to throw up some highlights after we talk about it, but the U.S. finished 6th after a tough battle with England.
Yeah.
England came away with a last-minute victory. It was a wonderful try by them, tip of the cap to the Brits over there. But, unfortunately to see, but we're still in that top 6 category, which is good for the points.
And we're not that far behind some of the teams ahead of us either. We're just a couple of points, like one strong tournament finish, and we'll be right back in it.
I know, and it seems like the last 2 tournaments, we've actually made it to the Cup semifinals, and we've lost both times to South Africa, which is, again, tip of the cap to them, but tough team to beat.
But we won.
Hey, we'll get there. But anyway, to kind of finish up about Vancouver, New Zealand won first place. And interestingly and awesomely enough, Canada themselves came away with the 3rd place finish.
I honestly, like, as much as I'm happy about our boys being there and doing well and wanted them to win, but I was so excited for Canada because that's the highest place they finished on their home tournament, right?
Ever.
Yeah, I think that's phenomenal.
We'll do a fact check on that.
Yeah, don't quote me. I don't know. I saw it and I was really excited, and like the crowd just went wild, and they were just so thrilled. I was just like, my heart went out to them. I was like, this is so exciting. Like, you see them putting in the work. They've been showing up, showing out all year, and I don't know, it's pretty cool.
But yeah, big shout out to Canada for, topping in the top 3 within their own tournament. And I was looking at some of the highlights myself, and some of the costumes were some of the best
Canadians
I've
do
seen
it right.
all
They
year
do it
long.
very well.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, we'll throw up the video for you guys. But again, good job, USA finishing 6th. Tip of the cap to New Zealand for 1st, and Canada coming in 3.
And that's also after back-to-back. Yeah, that's back-to-back weekends, which I know you mentioned LA was 2 weekends ago, and then you go right from LA to Vancouver sevens. Now we've got a little bit of a rest, so not a lot of time between the two to really change a complete game plan. But I think moving forward, also, it's going to be pretty interesting just to see what sort of changes and what sort of personnel and combinations, like all that kind of stuff comes out because. It's showtime. Tokyo is coming up.
But yeah, it wasn't actually that far of a flight either. So
I know.
A lot of the teams I noticed when we were in LA, or at least the day I was flying out, I saw South Africa, I saw Wales, and actually I saw in the airport, and Canada. And they were all going to the Vancouver flight. Yeah. And I was like, smart. Why? Yeah,
but imagine if you were like a passerby on that plane and you were just like either a casual rugby fan or you didn't know what rugby was, and you just see these like big rugby players just like in their international gear, like taking it over.
I would have been Brian O'Driscoll over again. I would have fanboyed all over that plane.
I was just gonna say, I'm surprised you didn't like run after them. Excuse me, could I just like grab a photo real fast? Like, for our podcast.
Don't worry, I had a couple under 16 girls squads to go and do that for me. So
nice. Yeah. You didn't want to join them?
Nah, I mean, I felt like being a 29-year-old male myself, I was like, I'll give that one to them. I've already had my fun. But anyway, so that was the wrap of Vancouver Sevens. Congratulations on all the teams, and then here's the highlights for you guys.
Canada urged on by their home fans at BC Place. Justin Douglas, can he do it again? He gets the offload to Brian. There's Jones on support. It's Canada that deliver the goods here at BC Place. It's Canada. Look for the left-hand corner.
Advantage offside.
Jones. Hirayama for the dive. Hirayama.
Okay for you.
Damn, Hirayama.
They've done it.
Well, the first win against South Africa in 7 years for the Canadians. What a moment for them to do it at home. Even sweeter.
New Zealand v Australia in the final game of the weekend. Both sides going all the way through without suffering a loss. Over for Maloof. Maloof straightens. Now Maloof needs help. Gets it in the form of Lockie Anderson, who comes motoring onto it. And Australia will lead by 5 early.
A real feature of their players, their fast starts, and they get one in the final.
Karoi, Nashu, Mickelson and Ravovo out wide. They surely score here. They do. It's Ravovo making it a 2-point game. Holland straightening, switching here with Longbottom. Longbottom trying to get through. Maurice Longbottom into the backfield. Longbottom v Karoi. Longbottom 10 from home. Checks the run. Gets it there, Longbottom. Mickelson restarts. Newstub dummying going right through. You don't go presenting Andrew Newstub with those kind of opportunities. He converts. Nanai Satoro hands across the line, should do it. Revolve for try number 2. It's an easy put down, and New Zealand go in front by 3. And it's 10 straight wins for New Zealand against Australia. And this one will bring gold in Canada. New Zealand now opening up a healthy lead at the top over the blitz box. Fiji and Australia climb up into 4th position. New Zealand do it again in Vancouver. They are number 1.
So, big weekend coming up. I know it's not the actual day that it's going to land on, but I feel like the entire world is going to be celebrating St. Patrick's Day this Saturday.
Is that why there's the green microphone
that's
cover?
interesting.
Oh, interesting. Wow, we got a little plot twist for you guys there.
Do you guys even notice these things?
Probably not. We nerd out over it.
I want to give them what it looks like in the box.
I feel like you've shown them, but
We have.
if anyone has a favorite color that they'd like to see on our show,
Hey, if you got a
let
favorite
us
color,
know.
email us
Email us. Yes.
at podcast@USA Rugby to get your favorite color.
Yes.
But yeah, so we got St. Patty's Day weekend coming up. I know I have, like I mentioned, I have a short week. I'm actually going to be celebrating not in the USA.
Where are you
I'm
going?
going to Mexico,
What?
baby.
Wait, since when? I'm
Since
offended
months
that
ago,
I'm
I
hearing
made
this.
sure to put my PTO in because my buddy would have absolutely murdered me because I'm officiating his wedding in Cabo San Lucas.
I'm offended that I'm hearing this information the same time as everybody else. But
I
that's fun.
I wanted this genuine reaction from you. That's why.
You're officiating a wedding in Cabo.
Imagine that.
That's so exciting.
It's going to be on the beach. We're going to be in the most casual attire.
Just like a nice white.
And just imagine me with my paper, just like, dearly beloved.
Oh, God.
But, of course, it's not going to be your straight-faced one. I'm going to have a few jokes in there,
That's
a few
what happens
twists.
when you have your friend, like,
Yeah.
officiate. Like, that you get the personality with it. That's exciting.
And actually, I could tie this back into rugby because, quick shout-out, Jeremy Detterding out there is marrying Heather Perry, his lifelong love of 10 years. Jeremy was actually a former Division I collegiate rugby player at Cal University.
Love that.
Actually won a national championship against BYU.
Wow, that's really exciting.
Former prop. But yeah, if I have a video, I'm going to embarrass him and throw it up right now for you guys. Look at that. He's just so husky.
He's a rugby player.
Let's just say he was eating a little bit more back in the day. But no, shout out to Jeremy. Thank you for the opportunity of letting me not only come to Mexico, but officiate your wedding.
Officiate the wedding. I don't know who is going to let Chris in front of a bunch of people talking about anything. Oh, wait a second. That's what's happening here.
I'm kind of a talker. I guess my friends are like, yeah, this is perfect for you.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, anyway, what are you up to
this
this weekend?
Okay, well, nothing compared to that, I'll be honest. I honestly...
Sorry, I should have let you go first.
Whatever. That's fine. I'll just take losses when I can. Not too much. Probably just hanging out at home. The weather's starting to get, so much nicer than it was. So, cleaning up the backyard, fired up the grill this past weekend. It was a great time. Made a successful barbecue, a grill out for 8 people. I felt really good about it. Grill master Jess.
Whoa.
She's on her game.
Whoa. Do you, are you the type to actually wear the bib and everything?
I have an apron, for sure.
Apron?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice light blue one. It's the only one that I have, but I love it.
Nice.
Grilling is other than rugby, my passion.
You need to get a picture of you grilling this past
weekend. I'll find one.
Get one with if you can,
some
hat, utensils, a hat, and a rugby ball in your hand. This would be the ultimate Jess picture. Oh,
I love it. Yeah, so I'm just really excited to mostly just be outside. Maybe go for a bike ride, maybe go for a run. Probably try and get some girls together, play some touch.
Nice.
Why not? So I'm excited about it. Not too many St. Patrick's Day official plans, but I am not opposed to having a Guinness or two, maybe. So we shall see.
Hopefully, the hotel I'm going to be at has Guinness because that's
in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
It's an all-inclusive resort, too.
I'm excited to hear back on how that goes for you.
Yeah, next week might be a little bit slow for me, but no. We'll try my best to speed up on things so we could get a great show for you guys next week. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so if you have any awesome St. Patrick's Day weekend plans or any fun photos, remember, guys, keep it PG-13. We're a family podcast here.
But there's always a lot of rugby St. Patrick's Day festivals too. So
if you
guys are having anything like that, we'd love to see that. Just because we're rugby nerds.
So yeah, again, if you have any pics or videos or any fun things that you'd like to showcase over this past or actually future St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Oh, that's trippy.
Yeah, I know, right? Please email us at podcast@usa.rugby and we'll be showing those over next week. Ow now, brown cow. Ow.
Barack Obama. Okay, hello. Welcome back. Okay, I know you guys didn't see it, but there was a nice 3-minute pause in there where I just
don't worry, I'll show it.
Great. I scarfed down my breakfast burrito, guzzled some water, so we're back, high energy.
Woo!
And we were talking about stuff that's upcoming this weekend with St. Patrick's Day, but we actually, this past weekend, had a pretty cool day, at least for me, maybe not for him, but International Women's Day. We've got the nice, bright, happy pink color microphone in honor of. Sunday was International Women's Day, and I know it coincided with a lot of other things, and I always really like when International Women's Day, women in sport, athletes, any number of those days pop up, because my social media is just, filled with people and their motivational messaging and photos of people that they are inspired by or aspire to be, and it's really cool to kind of see everyone come together for these little things. As cheesy as some people might think that they are, it's a little bit eye-opening, and I think you really kind of get to know a person based on how they react to these sort of days, and it's pretty cool because I just am surrounded by obviously really powerful and awesome rugby women, as are you, on a daily basis. And now we've got, okay, stop. And, now that we've gotten a chance to get to know them a little bit more, it's there's a lot more to celebrate on days like this. So kind of a cool day. Interested into how you guys celebrated it or how you recognized it, if you even knew about it. I know sometimes it's 10 p.m. and sometimes people are wait a minute, someone just said #International Women's Day.
Right.
I didn't know that was a thing. But
actually, as I was perusing through all the social media accounts, I actually saw a lot of women's clubs and women's colleges throughout the hashtag and put their own pictures, and some of it was
I love that.
Some of it was just classic, team photo. Yeah, team photo around the post, but some of it was actually pretty unique.
Okay.
And around that, and so of course we'll throw up those pictures for your pleasure of viewing. But yeah.
And I think also, I'm kind of cutting you off here, I know you, so Chris runs our USA Club Rugby Facebook page, and I think it was...
Twitter.
And Twitter. Excuse me. And I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was even Sunday, I don't know, but you were running some analytics, and you're looking for more women's team participants, essentially, just to kind of interact with you, share, tag, stuff like that, right?
Right. 100%. And actually, thank you for bringing that up, by the way. I'm glad you saw that. But yeah, it was kind of surprising that as I was looking through, we looked through daily, monthly analytics and everything, and I just kind of want to see the demographics. And I had seen that about 78% of our people that follow us and like our page on USA Club Rugby was 78% male. 78% male. Of course, the demographic hit right in the 18 to 35 range because that's, pretty standard club age levels and everything. And I put a post out there to try to, let the public know that, like, to me, I don't like that. I like to see a 50-50 split. I like to, and of course, every single week we put out the equal amount of content from men's and women's clubs. Always, kind of we have to go arm in arm in this together. But unfortunately, and I actually kind of want to put this out there too, so no one misinterprets it. So when I put out the post, I actually had a couple comments saying, "Is this like a jab to women's rugby? Like, do you want your own page to, or do you want us to help you by basically having us do all the work?" And it's like, no. That's not exactly it. We just want to see more of a 50-50 split down the middle with this demographic and not heavily centered toward the males. Again, we and I and everyone here tries to share as much men's and women's club and collegiate content as much as we can. And yes, there is great content out there, and a lot of clubs are doing awesome stuff. Yeah. But it's just one of those things where we just like to go hand in hand, like I'll beat this dead horse time and time again, hand in hand together, just on that nice, easy split. So, again, it's just one of those things that, thank you for bringing it up, but it was just, you had to put it out there, and hopefully in the future, more women's clubs and just women in general follow the pages. So a lot more content, because that's just the main thing that we try to do within the communications and marketing department, is just not only create unique content and create value for you guys as well at home, but also try to understand what's going on at the club level and seeing what you're producing, and so we could share ourselves. Yeah. And that was just the main goal and the main intent. But again, I did not want that to be misinterpreted for any kind of throwing shade or making, it seem like the women aren't doing enough.
Or for someone to do your job or anything along those lines.
No, completely not the case. But again, it's just one of those things that I would love, and of course, we would love to see a 50-50 split, hopefully in the future, instead of that 78-22, if my math was correct. Yes, it is. But
well done.
But yeah. Anyway.
So kind of following off International Women's Day, it was on Sunday. Kind of leads right into our next story, so I'm not even going to go for a break. We're just going to go for the marathon right here.
Let's go.
We are in March now, and for those of you that have kind of been keeping up with us, we have the 15s Foundation, which is new this year. And what happened in the month of February is Phaedra Knight, legend is the only really word that I can think of. She's absolutely phenomenal. Had pledged to match up to $15,000.
It was originally 10.
It was originally 10, and then she bumped it because I think she was obviously just super excited about the possibility of really helping the women's team out. But she pledged $15,000 in matching to whatever money was raised for the 15s Foundation during the month of February, and that was met. Yeah, and we're hoping to get her on the show at some point to talk to her, just because I think it'd be really great for you guys to actually kind of see her. I'd say interact, but more of a one-way interaction, if you will. Right. But it's pretty cool because they have met one of their 5 philanthropic goals for 2020. So that sounds like a lot for, when you think about it, that's 5 different goals during a 12-month year. We're already 3 months in, but that's what this women's team needs in order to participate. And because of Phaedra Knight's matching and because of your donations, we just announced that the women's team will be playing the Barbarians in San Diego on May 3rd. Yep. 3rd. I was going to say 5th, but I knew it was the 3rd. And for those of you that don't know, the women's Barbarians team came last year. I don't remember. Was it November?
I believe so.
It was about November time. Yeah. And that's the first time that the women's Barbarians team has come and play us. And
ever.
Literally ever. And we put up a pretty good fight. So I'm really excited to see what this second time around brings. And again, tacking off of that with the Women's Foundation with 15s and the fundraising and the Barbarians match and International Women's Day. Here in Colorado this past weekend had a women's regional camp for all of those 15s players. So there was about 30 players here in Glendale from the span of maybe Thursday to Sunday is probably a good range for it. They were on the turf. They were doing fitness testing. They were doing physical, rucking and scrumming and back, basically they had their own camp, obviously. And I know a couple of those players, and they said it was really beneficial, and Yeah, no, I was not there. Do not fact check. Done. Definitely was not there. But yeah, kind of cool just because they are putting in so much work and these players have to pay to come out here and do all of this themselves. They pay for their flights, they pay for their meals. They'll try and stay with people when they can, but sometimes they're paying for hotels and lodging. Mm-hmm. And last but not least, I saw yesterday on the social media webs, they're launching a new Adopt an Eagle program. So what this means is if you don't want to just make a blind donation, you can fill out this form. We'll put up the link and we'll share it with you. But essentially you can pick an eagle to donate money to, donate airline miles, help support, or kind of put something you're looking for and that you can get matched up with. It's kind of like a big sister, little sister type program-ish. Sure. But I don't know, kind of cool. I was excited to see that because I think it's going to create more positive relationships between the fans, the supporters, the players, the members, teammates, you name it, we 100%. Got it.
It seems like the women's 15 squad has a lot going on.
They're getting it together.
They're just, it's all wheels are on the track and going 100 miles an hour right now to their end goals. But that's such an awesome news that we met our first goal at least. Yeah. We're going to be playing the Barbarians. Yep. In conjunction with the MLR team, I believe, in San Diego at Torrance, California Stadium. And it's just going to be amazing to see that. And then not only that, but just the women's club and the game just growing. Yeah. And it's getting a lot bigger and gaining that momentum. It's just so exciting to see.
I love it.
But yeah, shout out to everyone who will be attending. And then again, we will throw up all those links for you guys to go check it out and help donate any which way you can. And yes, we're going to try to get Phaedra on. We've already reached out to her via email. We know she's an incredibly busy woman as, she puts a lot toward this sport. Yeah. So just having her on for, if it could be 5 or 10 minutes, is going to be a blessing. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that'll be coming in the near future.
Taken line out. Maneuver to work. Snow still takes it forward. Intercepted by Neighbor. Just read that like a book perfectly. Coming forward. Amy Neighbor. Brilliant job of reading exactly where the ball was going to. Quite good field vision, and there was no one stopping her. And the U.S. comes storming back into this contest. And Benson rumbling upfield. Waters again, moving the ball quick to Strasco, all the way out to the outside now. With ball in hand is Persinger. Persinger making ground, gets it off. The Neighbor again. Look at this beautiful run. Persinger gets the ball back now. Plenty of space to the outside. And that's the best try ever. So many series of passes back and forth. And Nene Persinger finishes it off for the U.S. Electric Rugby Viz. Crucial one at that. Burge will get it all the way out. Gilinski has the ball in hand now. Thinks about it twice. Goes forward. Burge gets it again. Homnatau trying to get over the line. Can she do it? She's right there. Can she strip it over? Try awarded! Etty Homnatau has a presence of mind to turn over and just get the ball to ground. There's an absolute battering ram to get over that line. And great presence of mind to finish the job. Striving towards the line is the U.S. almost there. Desperation tackle by the Babas. Out to the outside. Matatogo almost the line. Quite a bit of defense being played here by the Babas. Cantorna, Ravilala, out to Bridges, back pass back. Zachary has it, Washington all the way out to the outside of the U.S. with some brilliant bit of play. There is some great work by Nene Persinger, her second of the day. And that with some brilliant heads-up rugby, saw plenty of space. And that continuous play is what's really been the deciding factor for the U.S. here. Nice offload to Zachary, and Zachary, she's through all the way. Will she be caught? No way, and the U.S. now storming back is the Captain Fantastic, Kate Zachary, to bring the U.S. absolutely to the lead.
All right, so for the next topic up for today, we're going to go into the collegiate atmosphere of things, and it's going to be an actual kind of a more serious topic that we're going to talk about, but also one that we're going to try to bring as much awareness to it as we can to put it into your guys' radar. So, unfortunately, a former D1A collegiate player for Binghamton Rugby Football Club, Jim Obrien, actually he graduated in 2017 and unfortunately in September in 2019 had been diagnosed with leukemia. And so Jim has been battling since. And, from what I've heard and what I've seen throughout Binghamton's Facebook and all their social media, it seems like he's one of the most outstanding guys, just an honorable student as well, and just put so much toward the club and the university and just the club, just the constituency of the collegiate campus in itself, and had so much to do with it, and just seemed like a great kid. Unfortunately, this stuff happens all the time, not just with rugby players, but with every walks of life from any age. But when it comes into our radar and it's one of our own, it just hits a little bit deeper. But we just wanted to give Jim a shout out, and also that they're going to have a GoFundMe account to help with medical bills and anything like that they need help being paid for. And it's just a really cool opportunity to help out a former rugger, and one that's currently going through a really, really tough time. But yeah, Jim, shout out to you. Again, this will not go past anyone's radar. Hopefully we could put this on so many channels and reach so many people to help you out and your family. But thank you for what you've done, not only to the rugby community, but your college and university. But we'll try to repay that to you once again. So we're going to put the links at the bottom. It's going to be a bit.ly directly to the GoFundMe account. And if you just want to look up or search on GoFundMe, it's under Jim Obrien's fight against leukemia. Again, we'll put everything up for you to go visit and donate. And please help as much as you can, guys. Thanks. All right, so we're going to actually stick within the collegiate atmosphere and ramp up the energy back up once again. So for those of you who were paying attention last week, big news actually hit the collegiate scene.
Big news.
Big news. The Spring 2020 College Champs finals and playoffs
are...
Well, the locations and dates have both been set. So the finals will be, drum roll please,
that was a good one.
May 2nd in Stanford, California.
Heck yeah. That's the place to be that weekend in Cali.
Woo, Palo Alto. And we'll throw up a picture just if you've never seen Stanford's facilities. I've luckily got to play on it since I'm a NorCal boy. Some of the best grass. It's some of the softest.
Oh, I love that.
And they actually have a really cool one-sided stadium, like for fans.
Yeah.
So really cool picture opportunities. It's facing toward the stadium. It's
that's awesome.
Such a cool place to be and play. But yeah, lucky shout out to all those divisions who will be playing. And it will be men's D1 AA, women's D1, and women's D2. The finals on May 2nd going down that Saturday. But beforehand, 2 weekends before, during April 17th through the 19th weekend, there's also going to be, those are going to be the semifinals. So there's going to be 2 locations for the East and West regionals. For the East, it's going to be at Upward Star Center in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And then Stanford's also going to be hosting the West Regionals on April 17th through the 19th.
It's going to be hopping.
It's going to be hopping, baby. And your boy's going to be going to those and covering everything.
Your girl will not be.
Sad face. That actually would be dope if we could go. But no, Jess is incredibly busy with membership department.
Oh, well.
But yeah, so I'll be making it out to the playoffs there. Hopefully the final, I know that goes on the same weekend as the D1A final as well in Marietta, Georgia. So can't be in 2 places at once, so we'll see how that goes down. But anyway, shout out to everyone and those individuals in the event management team here at USA Rugby. Put everything together, put all the contracts, crossing the T's and dotting the I's for those things to happen. And then also just giving a quick shout out to last year's Spring College Championship winners. In the men's D1 AA division, Dartmouth University, women's D1 BYU, and the women's D2 Fresno State. Ooh, a California champion. Maybe they could repeat. Who knows?
Defending.
Here
we go.
Yeah, so check out our website. We'll put the links at the bottom directly for more information, and a tickets page will follow. We already have an events Facebook page set up for that. But yeah, it should be an awesome time. And if you're in the Stanford area or in Spartanburg, South Carolina for the regionals, go check it out. It's going to be great events and quality teams playing.
Heck yeah. Nice. Okay, folks. In classic fashion, I will be talking about our upcoming national development tours and our training and education courses that we have. So March 13th to 15th, so coming very quickly, in conjunction with the MLR game of New England versus Houston, we have an event weekend in Boston. So super cool place, one that I've always wanted to go. Kind of bummed I didn't get a chance to, but you know, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So the location is going to be at Derby Academy, which I think just like sounds very, very pristine, like prestigious. Like it sounds like that's the place you want to be like, oh, excuse me, I have to go spend the day at Derby Academy.
It sounds like somewhere in like Eastern England, you know, like an academy there where it's like classic just 3-piece suits from the ball, like all boys.
Just like all spiffy. I think dapper is the right word. Yeah.
Dapper is the word.
Love it. So just same types of courses that they've been having. There's coaching, refereeing, stuff like that. But my favorite part is the guest speakers that we're going to have. So we're bringing back Brendan Keane, who, if you don't know, is the director of the Boys High School All-Americans program, Josh Smith, head coach of the New England Free Jacks, Paul Healy, head coach of the Houston SaberCats, Luke Rogan, an MLR referee, and Amelia Luciano, which is also an MLR match official. So all of these pretty high society, well-accomplished and experienced, influential rugby people, and they're there, and we want you to go and pick their brains. They want to pick your brains, basically just, I mean, I sound like a broken record every single week, but like it's just a great development opportunity, and why would you not want to kind of seize that, especially if it's in your own backyard? And
this is actually the second to last NDT series location that we're going to have the entire spring, of course. But yeah, we're going to have more summer locations and dates ready for you guys, but the T&E team has not yet decided or have yet to confirm all the locations and dates, so that will be hitting your radar as soon as we know. But yes, this is going to be the second to last one of the spring, so it's a huge opportunity. Do not miss out.
Don't miss out, and if, again, you're looking to either get on board with the NDT or hosting your own courses, reach out to education@usa.rugby.
Boom.
Nice.
Okay, guys, so here we go with, I'm going to try to attempt my best.
Passing of the torch.
Yeah, my best attempt at a racetrack announcer with the T&E locations. So we'll throw that up on the screen right for you guys. And away. Okay, so starting off on March 13th, which is a Friday, the National Development Tour, which Jess just mentioned, at Derby Academy in Hingham, Massachusetts. We're going to have a bunch of courses, as you can see across the board. March 13th, unfortunately, Nashville, Tennessee has all been canceled. That was actually kind of good.
Thank you.
March 14th, which is a Saturday, of course, NDT. But first, we're going to talk about the USA Rugby Level 300, World Rugby Level 2. Then we're going to go and do Level 2 officiating, and then finishing off with USA Rugby Level 200 and World Rugby Level 100. Whew. All right. Staying on Saturday, March 14th, we're going to be at Missoula, Montana. USA Rugby Level 200, World Rugby Level 1. Same, or flip to the next page. Here we go. March 14th, same on that Saturday. Oshkosh, Wisconsin, at Reeve Memorial Union. USA Rugby Level 200, World Rugby 1, and Level 1 officiating. And then finishing up once again Saturday, March 14th, and March 15th, Sunday, at the NDT and Derby Academy. We're going to have the NDT Youth High School Player Clinic and the National Development Tour Strength and Conditioning Level 1. Lost my breath at the end.
Yeah, walks away. Okay, well. Okay, and we are back. So, time for my favorite part of the week, the popper of the pitch.
It should be your favorite time of the week, isn't it, Jess? Because we have a very special email that we received this past week. And actually, thank you so much for you guys sending all your questions onto the podcast at usa.rugby email. But one was in particular that the name I recognized. And then there wasn't any text. It was
just a photo?
It was just a photo. Wasn't any text, just a photo. And lo and behold, it was Jess's mom. And
hi, Mom.
Hi, Joan.
Yeah.
Actually, I met Joan.
You did. She said you were a great hugger. Aww. She asks about you all the time.
Nice. That actually means a lot. But anyway, guys, so our pupper of the pitch will feature a very young and sprightly Jess Dombrowski.
Before we throw it up, I must say I forgot this photo existed. Technically, I apologize if we're crossing any lines. It's not a rugby playing photo, but I am a rugby player now, so it's like a pre-rugby pupper photo.
Plus, who doesn't want to see the dog? We're throwing up now! So can you give us a little bit of detail of exactly what's going on here?
Okay, so obviously I'm a very elite athlete, and I have played many sports in my entire life, one of which was softball, which is where this was taking place. I think probably between innings when I ran to my mom for like a Capri Sun or a juice box or something. something
Or
like
an orange
that.
slice or
Right, maybe a Rice Krispie treat.
Or a Pop-Tart. Ooh,
But
I
yeah,
could
this
go for
was when I played for the Pirates, and we were obviously getting very in theme and supportive with it. So yeah, this is a glimpse into my childhood.
And the pupper's name?
His name was Sport. He has since passed on, but he was the first dog we ever had. He was a European black lab, and he just ate until he couldn't eat anymore. He just loved to snack. I mean, that's probably where I've gotten
Sounds
my
like
snack.
both of us, actually.
I know. I've adopted some of his personality traits, but I miss him a lot, and I don't know. Chris came running into my office. He's like, well, we got an email. I was like, this is exciting.
I just went, Jess, and then phone right in her face like that.
Meanwhile, this was after I get off of a really annoying phone call, so I was just like, and then there's my dog and me in my softball outfit. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you don't, I'm sorry. You can thank my mother. Hi, Joan. Miss you, love you. See you soon. And thank you for bringing this to the world's attention, I guess.
So many things. Oh, and speaking of puppers of the pitch, we're actually going to throw up a video which we recorded of just a little bit of, our office, how big it is, how we see you, how you see us. And then also Jess's roomies here. Another big white pupper, Barlow. Polar bear, yeah.
So kind of a twofer pupper of the week, but now you'll get like a live video. But
we have a guest star this week in the studio.
Come on.
We have Jess's roomie.
Sit.
Jess, would you like to introduce?
Everybody, this is Barlow, or the Fantastic Beast Barlow, if you will. He looks like Falcor from the Neverending Story.
He does.
And he's a lovely old man. Now say hi and shake. Now lay down. It's still early here. We both haven't had our coffee yet, so
exactly.
Naps are in high supply and high demand.
So yeah, actually, I think this is the first time the folks have seen the behind the scenes of what the room looks like. So it's not that big. We got the nice little computer here to set up. Oh, hello, there's me on it. So yeah, this is kind of what we see when we record. And
this is you guys right here.
Exactly.
It's this little box. That's what gives us our energy.
And we have our notes on the board, also from past World Cup, all that stuff. But yeah, this is kind of a little behind the scenes of the office.
Don't mind my burrito there.
Oh, hello. All right, Barlow. Good boy. So if you've been hearing grunts or heavy breathing...
Or you notice us being distracted, it's because he's pacing around the room.
And he's currently just going right under Jess right now.
He's a baby.
But anyway,
It's
Barlow.
Anyways, folks.
Anyway, so we're going to finish up. Once again, thank you so much for joining in Between the Posts. But before we sign off, if you would like to play, coach, or spectate the sport of rugby in your local area, please do so. Whether you like to play youth, high school, college, amateur, men's or women's, 7s, 15s, beach, or touch, we're going to throw up the link for you. It's at USA Rugby and find your club. And that link is right there for you. Please go check it out. Again, if you can't play or can't coach, go spectate, have a beer, have an adult beverage with the club
Make
members.
Some friends.
Make some friends. They're going to be lifelongers for the rest of the time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us once again. I'm Chris Turner.
And I'm Jess Dombrowski, and Finger Guns out.